What's up, guys? Good morning. Good morning. Just setting up the stream. A couple minutes late this morning. Yeah, a couple minutes late this morning. Had to look into all the stuff that's been going on. Trying to filter the news from non-crypto related. So trying to find NFT specific, metaverse / NFT specific news. Because yeah, there's just so much NFT stuff, crypto stuff going on. And FTX is still headlining everywhere. All right, quickly gonna post this on Twitter. Be with you guys in a sec. How are we all doing? Let's see who's the first person to say hi. One person watching. Woohoo! Day is it? Day 8. Day 8. Trying to make faces that I can capture and put on Twitter. Keen. Too keen. Nick says hi. Nick, you're the first person to say hi. What's been going on? John, what's up? What's up? 6 people watching the stream. I'm gonna quickly put this on my Twitter. Good old Twitter. All right. What's up, guys? Day 8 of streaming. It is a Wednesday, I believe. Wednesday morning, 8 a.m. Melbourne time. I'm gonna do a bit of a survey when there's about at least 20 to 30 people here. I want to know what times and time zones you guys are in. I thought 8 a.m. Melbourne time works well. I think it's 9 to 10 p.m. UK time, evening US time, midday to evening US time, mornings in Australia, maybe close to midnight in Europe. But any later than this, in Melbourne time starts to hit the AMs in Europe. So yeah, I think this time works pretty good. Matty staying consistent, says free the fib. Yeah, 8 days in a row. That's pretty good, isn't it? Pretty good. It also puts less pressure on content for me. If you don't, I realized if you put a time stop to things, it makes you get curate content better and perform better in terms of doing work as well. Like before, I'd leave the whole day open for me to do my work for the company and social media, etc. And I'd get less done. Now what I say is, look, Matty, 3 p.m. you're done, man. 3 p.m. you ain't doing no more work. You're doing family stuff. You're hanging out. You're clearing your head, clearing your mind. What that does is forces me to wake up around 6 a.m., smash out as much social as I can, do things efficiently. So I put stops to meetings early, all sorts of things. So it makes me like kind of make sure I get things done very quickly. And in this sense, with making content and doing a stream in the morning, making sure that I finish at 30 to 35 minutes or thereabouts makes me put just the most valuable content that I find and go through it in an efficient way and then talk to you guys. So it's like less rambling around. John says 1:05 p.m. PST California here. That's pretty good. Hopefully it's a good time for you guys. Maybe some people will be working, but maybe they can just listen to the audio of this. Matt L, good morning, good morning. Thank you for coming. Hit that like button, guys, if you can. I think that helps with distribution of this live session. The algorithm works that way. I don't know. I see other YouTubers doing it, so smash the like button is the way to go. All right, 9 people watching. Looks like this number of people are going down. We'll start in a couple more minutes. But some interesting news. So PlayStation has been putting out patents. Apple has been putting out job listings. Terra Classic. I don't even know if you want to talk about them, but we may touch upon them very briefly. But Terra Luna or Terra Classic, in trying to get into the NFT marketplace scene. SuperRare has done a Genesis auction for an NFT. What the hell does that mean? So we'll jump into some of these points in about a minute. Right. All right, let's get started. Okay. All right, guys. By the way, if you were here yesterday, my internet stopped and basically DCs for about 2 minutes, and the thing tries to reconnect, but it doesn't reconnect, and it pretty much stops the stream. Hopefully, this goes on for at least 30 minutes without no disruption to the internet. Let's get straight into it before this disconnects, right? All right, so SuperRare did an auction for an NFT, and they called it their Genesis set. So they've gone, this is the thread for it. Didn't really get too much attention, but a historic crypto art collecting opportunity featuring 24 artists shaping the crypto art movement. Rare Pass Genesis #1 auction live now. So I saw this on my timeline. Some people were giving their opinions about it. Some people didn't like it. Respectfully, see you at the Dutch auction. 33 ETH current bid, so a lot of people bidding on this. So what is this, right? So they've gone on to say that if you don't know what SuperRare is a it's a platform that started in, I think, 2018. So along the same time that Known Origin and Maker's Place, there was 3 platforms that were prevalent when it came to art minting. Known Origin, Maker's Place, and SuperRare. And if you're an early art creator or collector, you sort of you know that these platforms were pretty equal in the curation and collectability of their work. I think some of the largest artists are on all 3 platforms. The unique thing about SuperRare is SuperRare only did one-of-one art pieces. So everything that was launched on SuperRare was a one-of-one original unique piece. The other ones did, 25 mints of a piece that allowed people to have multi-set collections. So out of SuperRare came a lot of early artists. So I mean, Ferocious, Corey, you've got Coldy, you got Xcopy, you've got a bunch of people that did their first minting on SuperRare. I think Xcopy did his first minting on SuperRare. Hope I'm not wrong about that one, and Coldy as well. But SuperRare was like one of the first platform that people started to collect and mint, right? So it was always about that. So it seems like they're looking at doing multi-sets now. So let's see what this means. It's the first time I've actually seen something that the SuperRare platform have released. It's sort of like a utility token. Rare Pass #1 is extra special. The buyer receives the first minted artwork in each airdrop artist series. 1 X item of your choice for every artist swag drop, signed, numbered, and uniquely marked skateboard #1 from Otherworld XX drop. So unrelated, it seems. Unique Rare Pass designed by Alicio Da Vinci. What does a Rare Pass unlock? 1x guaranteed monthly airdrop from an iconic artist for 12 months. 3 opportunities per month to win unique one-of-one artworks. That's pretty cool. Exclusive pass holder community access, benefits from Rare Pass partners, and more to come. So it seems like SuperRare. Oh, no, I'm not stuck, am I? Okay, good. I'm not. I'm going to give you guys some back-end things that I think is going on. Much of these NFT projects, whether it be SuperRare or anything that's raised any VC money or sold its equity, I think there's a bit of a pressure there to continue monetization efforts, right? Because you don't really want to show to your investors that you have made no money this year, or you're dropping in revenue this year, that you aren't exploring multi-revenue opportunities. If people stop minting and collecting one-of-one art, then is SuperRare going to die as a business? You sort of have to keep doing things. So it seems like this is going towards a drop for SuperRare, where if you collect it, you get physical stuff and airdrops and all sorts of things from their artists. So another avenue for them to make money, which is fine. Like, these platforms need to make money, right? It's normal for these platforms to look for other revenue opportunities. A lot of people are saying they don't like this, but if a collector wants it, a collector wants it. That's just how it is. 1 out of 250 auction live. So it looks like there's about 250 of them they're going to do. I don't think there'll be auctions. Maybe they will. I don't think there'll be auctions. It looks like they're going for sort of the collectors. Because 250 supply is actually really, really low, right? I might consider getting one. It's pretty cool. So I can see other NFT projects looking for other revenue opportunities. So I'm sure SuperRare has made a ton of money from early on minting, but they have to look for other things. So it looks like this is another thing they're doing, and maybe the revenue generated from the royalties of this and the auction, or the Dutch auction they do for this, will generate a good amount of revenue for 2022. But this is, I'm going to do a thread and maybe a dedicated video for VC investing, because it's really important. It allows you to understand the back end. I don't want to speak for SuperRare, maybe that's not the case, but just know that projects will continue to find revenue generated opportunities and ways and pathways, because they have to survive and continue as a business. XP says 35 minutes on the clock. That's it. What's going on? Good to see you here. They said rare holders got accepted in a snapshot to win a pass. Hoping I get one. All right, didn't know that. Ishida says, hey Matty, hey Ishida, good to see you here, my friend. All right, let's keep going. Top articles on my Twitter. So again, this is what I see on Twitter Blue. Top trending articles and what people are sharing. It's all the FTX stuff. I don't really want to get into FTX. All right, let's not talk FTX. Move aside. Not into it. We're gonna keep doing NFT stuff, right? So this article came out. I briefly read it. I couldn't really find too much information, but Sony's NFT patent references Babe Ruth esports and pro streamers. So there's a couple of articles that came out that was saying that Sony's patenting efforts were sort of alluding to an NFT play. And looking into it a little bit, they put some images for the patent. It looks like they're looking at supply, license, the transferability data stored somewhere. There was this image that was shared. There was this one didn't really give too much. This one gave a little bit more information. It's really messy, but basically all you have to understand is that there seems to be some sort of interactive tile at the start where you go in to get the product, and all of these content, like how the content is stored, where the content goes, and at the output it says distributed ledger. So a distributed ledger is usually what public blockchains are referred to. So it seems like when they've submitted this patent, they've submitted some images. I'm sorry, I'll zoom in there a little bit for you guys. So you don't have to really read any of this stuff, but it seems like there's a lot of this stuff is going to be stored on a distributed ledger, meaning public blockchain, right? And on top of that, they released this thing called this new royalty platform, loyalty program was called PlayStation Stars, and in there's a little bit of a video. There's a bit of a video. I hope you guys can hear this. All right, just give me a second. I think I'll have to. Let me see. I'm gonna play this.
Hello everyone,
right.
and welcome
I hope you guys
to
can read
PlayStation
this.
Access.
Hear this.
My name is Ash, and today I'll be revealing the monthly games PlayStation Plus Essential, Extra, and Premium members can download.
That is not the video I wanted to show. This is the video I wanted to show. So this was like a launch of their PlayStation Stars, and they referred to digital collectibles, right? So this is quite interesting. So watch this for about 15 to 20 seconds.
It will be free to join PlayStation Stars. As a member, you can complete various activities to earn points that can be redeemed for rewards. Digital collectibles are a highlight of the program. These are digital representations of things that PlayStation fans love. Today, I'm pleased to give you a sneak peek at some examples of our digital collectibles. Whether it's a beloved game character or a cherished device from Sony's innovative history, there will always be something new to collect and show off to your friends. And I have more good news. PlayStation Stars will begin to roll out in some regions in Asia, starting in late September. It will launch in the Americas and Europe in the weeks that follow. That's it for now. Check PlayStation blog to learn more about PlayStation Stars.
So they've actually come out and disassociated this effort from the NFT effort, but I think that's just a short-term thing. I think what they're trying to do is look into their audience and see if there's a collector base, right? You start to release digital collectibles and people collect them with no association with NFTs, and people enjoy them, then you start to create demand for them to want to do more with the digital collectibles, whether those collectibles will exist in games or whether those collectibles are able to sell on OpenSea. I think this is PlayStation's strategy. I think like PlayStation itself is going to be a massive marketplace. It already is a marketplace, right? It's a one-sided marketplace. PlayStation sells to its customers. But PlayStation, the store, I don't know if it's called PlayStation Store or something else, and each console has one. But I don't see why it will be its own OpenSea. Like, why they would probably wouldn't even use OpenSea, but what they do is slowly introduce the concept of point collecting, digital collectibles, and then if the value proposition is there for them and it makes sense, then the trade of those digital collectibles, right? You're not going to collect anything unless you can sell it. I don't know. I mean, you would if you can play it in a game, but like a Sony PlayStation collectible, unless say you own it, but then if you can't show it anywhere, why does it matter? The reason why people buy all these Fortnite skins is so you can take it into Fortnite. You can take it into Fortnite and show that you're wearing it. So these collectibles have to be shown somewhere, right? You need to be able to flex them somewhere. So it's interesting to see what this is. I honestly think these Sony, PlayStation, Xbox, etc. will have the largest marketplaces when they do get that going. I think they're going to be an NFT marketplace on their own. I think we're in the midst of figuring out if NFTs have a place in gaming, in traditional gaming. If the hate wasn't there, it would have definitely been adopted by some of these projects, businesses. Okay, so that's that. Terra Luna looks like they're releasing an NFT marketplace. Don't really want to get into it too much, but it looks like they're doing a P2E game. Honestly, I don't know. I'm not really going to talk about this much. I popped up the article. I didn't even read the article, to be honest. But yeah, no idea. But that's just going to put that on your radar. Let's move on. There's another platform here called Yakoa, raised about $4.8 million to help detect NFT fraud for platforms and creators. So these guys raised $4.8 million recently. So it looks like companies are still closing rounds, which is pretty cool. Some investments from Vault Capital, Collab Currency, never heard of these guys. Brevin Howard Digital, Data Community Fund, Alliance DAO, Uniswap Lab Ventures. That's pretty cool. Uniswap Labs Ventures invested in this. I didn't even know Uniswap had a lab or some sort of investment fund. So what the platform does is the platform identifies an NFT's first existence across a number of blockchains like Ethereum, Solana, Avalanche, Polygon, and more, and then it kind of picks up as other ones as being fraudulent. So you can see over here what it looks like. Basically, you can pick up that what the original is, and you can look at the infringements found. So the copy paste of the images in different blockchains, and it picks up, I think it does a search or a reverse image search and sees if it's an NFT and says, well, these are fake. So basically, it's an easy way to see if if an NFT is legitimate, if it's the first one on blockchain, and if it's not legitimate. If it's not legitimate, looks like a very, very simple platform, to be honest. Looks like maybe you search the link, and then it gives out information on how fraudulent the other NFTs can be. Now, this is interesting. I wanted to pick this up because I wanted to highlight that there's still a demand from VCs to fund service-based businesses in the NFT scene. So you're a regular NFT project that's gonna do avatars and go service that community. I mean, VCs aren't dumb. They've seen thousands of these happen. They've seen how they work. They know there's going to be a handful that do successful. If you're going to be playing in that zone, it's very competitive. It's hard to build a product, let alone get some funding in this day and age. Service-based businesses are your OpenSeas, right? Your OpenSeas, your Uniswaps, products like these that will be evergreen if the NFT industry gets big. So VCs are always going to invest in these because service-based businesses are your Microsofts, right? Are your Apples, are like your anything, your Uber Eats, any that will service an industry as a niche grows, and that demand will be there if the niche grows. So there's still a time, and I think people ask whether it's a good or bad time to release an NFT project. I think it's a service-based business. It's always a great time to release because with a service-based business, there's about 6 months to a year, or even 2 years of back and forth going until the product is perfect for your customers. And then when the floodgates open, you've already gone back and forth and reiterated the product so that it works really well. This is exactly what happened with OpenSea. OpenSea on day one looked very different to OpenSea today, but they've made it so that for the person, it's easy to go in there, look at what you want to buy it, trade, do whatever you want with people. But behind OpenSea's success was 2 years of straight them going back and forth, figuring out what people wanted. Right. Luke says, hey, what's going on? Just Vlad, what's up? Good to see you here. King Jesus Art, what's up? Always good to see the regulars. Luke, what's happening? Yeah, so this is interesting. Yakoa, good to see service-based businesses service businesses continue to launch, get funding, and all that jazz. Let's keep going. Apple, what are we at? 8:22 a.m. We're doing pretty good, 22 minutes, and I think I'll finish this up at 30 minutes in terms of the content, going through content, and we'll chat to you guys for a bit. Apple job listings suggest the company is building a metaverse of its own for its long-rumored headset. This is interesting. I think Apple has said this before. So Apple is looking for engineers to build a 3D world for its yet to be announced mixed reality headset. So they have announced that they are releasing a mixed reality headset. People don't know what it's going to be called. Maybe Reality 1 or Reality Pro. The job listing from Apple Technology Development Group shows that the tech giant is looking for people to make content for its headset, like software producers to work in visual effects for augmented reality and virtual reality environments. It's got nothing to do with NFTs. It's got nothing to do with blockchain. If you really look at the NFT industry, guys, you see that it's one small part of the metaverse. The metaverse, on a visual perspective, is a whole different ballgame. It's VR, XR, AR. They don't want anything to do with NFTs. It's hardware. It's stuff that's been existing for 1 or 2 decades right now. And they're going to continue to build regardless of NFTs doing good or not. NFTs and blockchain are trying to find a place within the metaverse ecosystem. And I think there's a good amount of people that support NFT related products. How long it's going to take to get into the mainstream conversations of the whole metaverse will probably take some time, right? Because it ties in with economy, and things with economy are always hard to justify using without complicating your regulatory framework within the company. So if you're suddenly going to start accepting money for NFTs for your company, say Fortnite or Apple, and then those people can go sell it to someone else outside of the platform, there's a lot of KYC regulations that are there that are enforced if you're going to allow that activity. That's why a lot of platforms don't allow the taking out your stuff and selling it again on the marketplace, because then it opens up wash trading. It opens up the opportunity for people to launder money and all these sorts of things, right? So there's a very stringent KYC stuff that's in there. There's got to be, I think a lot of these companies trying to figure out a framework to implement NFTs and somehow get that working without heavy KYC stuff, right? But meantime, I'm starting to get really interested in the whole scene of AI and XR and AR and seeing how that's developing, right? Quality, accessibility and stuff. Because the next NFT boom might be in the VR world, right? Maybe VR blows up and there's millions of people in there, and then people are playing around with how NFTs can work as shoes or avatars, and people are really getting avatars now because they're already in VR, and it's not like this Twitter profile thing and just a JPEG, right? It's a 3D model that it comes with. But anyway, the job description, where is it? It was here. So it looks like they're looking for people that are building content, nothing to do with NFTs. But always good to keep this on your radar, because these job listings do tell us about a company's movements, right? They hire first, they strategize first, then they hire, then they build. And the hiring process is like a good 2 to 3 years before products come out. Yeah. All right, guys. So another 10 minutes for this live session. We've gone through just a quick summary. SuperRare and what SuperRare is doing looks like they're going to experiment with an exclusive SuperRare ticket or NFT. Looks like there's going to be 250 of them. If you own one, you're going to get stuff like minted artwork from artist drops, artist swag. You're going to be in a competition to win one-of-one artworks and all sorts of things. Again, it's a utility NFT for the platform. There's only 250 of them, which is quite interesting. I don't know if they're going to Dutch auction all of them. I think they're looking for a high mint, maybe low supply, high value. Maybe they might Dutch auction it from 5 ETH down and try and earn about 1,000 ETH. But yeah, interesting movements from SuperRare. Looking at my top articles, everything's FTX related, so I didn't really pick up anything from Twitter. Sony patents are indicating that they're looking at blockchain. So there's some images over here and patenting activity that look for how they may be introducing digital collectibles to their audience. They released PlayStation Stars, which is some sort of reward system, but nothing to do with NFTs apparently. Although their video does show that there's a lot of digital collectibles that you can redeem your PlayStation Star points for. Terra Classic releases an NFT marketplace. We didn't really care about that, so I just passed through it. Yakoa raises $4.8 million to help detect NFT fraud from platforms and creators. So if you look at this, Yakoa raised some money from funds to look at fraud detection, and basically what you can do, it seems, is you can identify what the original NFT is and if it was previously minted somewhere else, which is very, very important. Because if a project, this is an interesting conversation, because if an NFT is set to launch right on the 25th of November, but maybe the artist leaks it and releases some of the artwork previously on a different platform, that actually does screw up things, right? The first time it hits blockchain is very, very important. That's what matters. And this is interesting because with CryptoPunks, some people found version 1 CryptoPunks, which was maybe some test releases they did of the NFT sets before they did the proper one. And there's been some projects that people have run back to find the earlier versions, and they've actually, the first version have started to gain more popularity than the second version, because provenance matters, history matters. And yeah, services, businesses that are serving the NFT industry can still raise money and build products and businesses that people would want to use. I don't think anyone would use this unless it's art related. I think this is something that might have value 5 years down the track, when there's maybe hundreds or thousands of NFT projects and art collections out there that are very popular and desired from people. And then job listings from Apple suggested that they're looking for people to test their XR and AR environments to gear up for their virtual reality headset, their augmented reality headset. I think Apple is a very interesting company. I think they have their customers are different, right? It's sort of like the Web3 audience. The customer base here is very different. You can sell NFTs for thousands of dollars, whereas the regular person on Fortnite would really only spend $10 on a skin, if that. The regular person on an iPhone app will barely spend $2 for like 10,000 bonus coins on their app, right? But people in crypto, because they're a bit wealthy and they've got cryptocurrency, they don't know how the hell to spend it. They kind of splurge it around NFTs sometimes. The audience here is very different. The audience on the customer base for Apple is very different. So if these guys do release a VR or XR headset, I think you could compete pretty head on to Oculus, right? And any other VR headset. So I'm very excited about Apple's release of XR. It might be a product that does take this mainstream. Maybe it's light, maybe it's easy to use. Maybe they've figured out some technology that makes it super accessible, that can fit into a Happy Meal or something, so the whole world can get it. But I think that's when they really open up these doors. Now, if they do that, then they're going to really start playing in this whole metaverse zone, right? Interesting. Let's see how it plays out. All right. What is going on, guys? 25 people watching this stream. Awesome, awesome. If you're new to this, basically I go through NFT stuff for 30 minutes, and then we talk to you guys for about 5 minutes. So it's hit the 8:30 a.m. mark. I'm going to stick to the rule and just do what I plan to do before. I have to be really disciplined these days, guys, right? I have to be super, super disciplined. If I'm not disciplined, then work doesn't get done. Anyway, what's been going on? Let's read some chats. Are you holding your rare tokens, Matty? The super rare ones? No, I am not. Super rare tokens I sold on like the 5th day. I started to get all these airdrops for free from projects, and I was like, you know what? This is some really good money to splurge on NFTs. I like just sold it and just basically dumped it in NFTs. I'm not, but rare tokens are interesting. I think I might go buy a bit more. What are they right now? Rare on CoinGecko is 10 cents. Holy shit! $15 million market cap. Wow, 10 cents. They used to be $2. 20x down. That's interesting. XP says 26 people and only 14 likes. Tisk. Smash likes, guys, if you can. Thank you so much for those that do. For those that don't, that's all good anyway. So love you all. Daniel says, hey Matty, any update on the job position you posted last week on Twitter? I sent you a DM back there. No, I haven't. I'm gonna go through a bunch of those today. That is scheduled for 9 a.m. So if you don't hear from me, I'm gonna try and answer to everyone on those DMs. So if you guys don't know, I put out a Twitter saying that I am interested in hiring for a content creator. I'm gonna go crazy on TikTok, on Twitter, on YouTube, everywhere. So I need people that can curate content, people that can write scripts, people that can edit videos. It's gonna be about 2-3 people I'll probably hire in those roles. So if you can do that, feel free to DM me on Twitter. I hesitate to give you guys an email on my public Twitter or something. I just feel like that email is going to get spammed, but I might do a dedicated email and just see how it might work. Like contact Matty.com or something. I do reckon MetaMask token soon. I honestly don't think they need a token. Those guys are freaking minting money. Those guys are minting money. MetaMask is literally the biggest business in the Web3 scene. Having a pop-up that appears on your Chrome browser a click away. You click it and suddenly it's there. And that being installed on 30 to 40 million people at this stage, maybe a billion later, it's gonna be the world's biggest chat platform. I'm telling you. MetaMask is gonna be like the WhatsApp of the Web3 universe. It's gonna be, oh my god, that thing is gonna be worth probably $500 billion at some stage. Let alone like MetaMask has been building for 3 to 4 years. I don't think they monetize at all, right? It's just a free Chrome browser. They eventually started a DEX and they've been making millions the moment they started that DEX. And that's just one of the many revenue streams they're going to look for. I honestly think it's going to be the biggest businesses. Do I think they're going to release a token? I'm not sure. I think they're going to just raise on equity. The problem with releasing a token is that the value of your company now is public, right? So for example, someone like Facebook, right? Facebook, before they had shares, people were dying to get those shares. Once they released those shares, now you can put a value to those businesses. Say the value of those shares dropped massively, people's sentiment to that company would have dropped, right? In crypto, it happens even more because crypto has very little user base per project. So with crypto, if they release a token and that token hits like a $2 million market cap, very difficult to raise money at a $2 billion valuation, right? Even if your project's doing really, really well, the token's not doing well, then you can't raise money at a high valuation. You can't sell equity of the company for a lot of money because the equity is public and publicly it's not doing good. And this is why I think companies hesitate a little bit. Yeah, MetaMask is going to be freaking huge. I heard that algorithm count likes only after 30 seconds of watching. Really? Just fled. Interesting. Would love to dive into the algorithm a little bit more. 0x Kryptonian says, morning Matty, good morning, good morning. Guys, I did say at the start of this video that I wanted to do a bit of a survey. Can you put your time, your time of the day that it is at your country? So let me know what time it is. I want to know, at my time it's 8:34 Melbourne time. So 8:34 a.m. Melbourne time. Let me know what time it is. I would love to know. It helps me figure out what time to do this. Also, let me know if this is a good time for you guys. I do all my swaps directly on MetaMask now. It's just so easy. Exactly, right? It's right there. It's native. Native apps that provide native services are going to be killer. Like, for example, if you click on Twitter, imagine if Twitter had a metaverse. You stay on Twitter, you click a link on Twitter, and then you go to a virtual world in Twitter where everyone is. Like the reason why Twitter Spaces dominated Clubhouse is because natively people could click and see and go in to Twitter Spaces straight away, right? The people were there. On Clubhouse, it didn't have like this public sharing of information. So each Clubhouse was a private podcast. Imagine they do that with the metaverse scene. Like native services that are native to giant apps are going to crush. All right, so 1:35 p.m. on a Tuesday, 9:35 p.m. on a UK, 1:35 p.m. California, Darwin, 7:05 a.m. Looks like you guys are an hour behind. It's pretty cool. Northern Territory at 3:35 p.m. KS, Kingdom of Saudi. I love the new time before it used to be 12 a.m. lol when you used to stream. Okay, great. 1:35 p.m. here in California, 9:35 p.m. says Brian. Awesome. If any of you guys are in Europe, so Spain, France, Germany, any of those things. Let me see. What time is it in Spain? What time is it in Spain? 10:36 p.m. Cool. All right. So what about France and stuff? France. Okay, cool. 10:35 p.m. Yeah, that time works well. Awesome. Yeah. All right, guys. I do say that I finish these at 8:35 a.m. I'm going to be strict to that. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to start doing this like every day. I actually really like and enjoy these, and I think they're very manageable. 35 minutes doesn't really make me feel too overwhelmed. Allows me to do more content. Kansas, USA, says Squella. Okay, cool. All right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Again, I am hiring for content creator positions. Put in my DMs. It might take some time for me to go through all those applications. I think there may be 50 or 60 by now. And I got to go through all that stuff. New time is perfect. 5:36. Is that AM? PM is good. Karada WA. Awesome. Thank you, my friends. Let's catch you guys tomorrow, Thursday, and then Friday. 2 more streams until we're done 10 in a row. I've got to do a giveaway on a 10 in a row stream. It's got to happen. So, yeah, let's catch you guys tomorrow at the same time. Take care, my friends.